Hello and welcome back everyone to the Remembrancers library. I'm Vincent.
I'm Ethan.
And today we are continuing talking about all of the Primarchs. Last time we talked to you about Robute Gilliman,
yeah.
and today...
Rowboat Girly Man.
Rowboat Girly Man. The biggest tool in all of the galaxy.
That's right, even his dad thinks so.
Exactly. But yeah, today we are going to be talking about Magnus the Red, also known as the Cyclops. The Red. Sure, that works.
Or if you're Lehman Russ, Magnus the Dead, lol.
Jesus. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about Magnus, the 9th Primarch to be found.
Yes.
And he was the Primarch of the Thousand Sun. But yeah, so Magnus is our magical boy.
Yes, he is. He's big into magic. Well, for a little while anyway.
What kind of deck do you think he'd play
if he
played Magic the Gathering?
Oh,
I feel like he'd have a blue deck that just eternally loops.
Yes.
Yeah. That is the correct answer.
He is the type of guy that would just constantly pot of greed in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Only psychic types in Pokemon.
Only psychic type in Pokemon. Soul Ring is the pot of greed.
Yeah.
Not equivalent, but yeah. So
he'd bring a girl home and they'd be like, "You want to see my magic tricks?"
Yes. Yeah. And all of them are actual card tricks. None of them
is actual magic until he opens up a portal to hell.
And then all of the demons are hence unleashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Magnus is... I mean, they're all special in their own way.
That's one way to put it.
But he was special in that he was gifted with insane powers connected
Not
to
so
the warp.
Psychic abilities.
Yeah, like number one psychic in all of the realms, except for, the gods. And there's a bit of debate on whether or not his psykers can communicate through the warp, and there's talk that exactly from the point where Magnus was created in the gestation pod by the Emperor, they were able to communicate from that moment.
Yes.
So from that point, Magnus is gestated in his little pod, and he gets sent off to Prospero.
Yes.
Which I have in brackets here, the nerd capital of the universe. And we'll get to the why of that in a minute here. So it wasn't necessarily, kind of like Robute's planet, it wasn't all that special in its horribleness, but it wasn't all of that rich, like Snake Boy.
Fulgrim?
Fulgrim, yeah.
So it wasn't exact. So basically, it's like it wasn't a death world.
Yeah.
But it wasn't exactly a paradise world either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it was labeled a dead world at a certain point.
Yeah.
Because...
Well, a lot of the Primarch's worlds were, I think, both Horus and Fulgrim's world were labeled as dead worlds because they were dying.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Now Magnus's Prospero, that was dead by design. The population of this planet chose it because it was far away. Like, it was close enough that they could keep an eye on things in like, the Terra system, but far enough away that they weren't easily spotted, because there was all the, like, people that really like psykers. So they wanted to go and be hermits away and be them little bookworm selves.
It's almost as if they can't be trusted.
Almost.
Psycho filth.
Prospero. The terrain was rough, and the fauna was deadly, but not anything really particularly special. Like, most of the fauna was, to some degree, psychic as well.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that in a moment here. But basically, this is the planet where all of the smart little weirdos with magic abilities go, because they'll be safe there and they can hide and do that stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
So Magnus gets shot off to Prospero, and he gets... His pod lands in the center square of the biggest the biggest city on this planet, which was called Tizca. The name, that's the city, which means the city of light. So, wow, here's a special child. Let's bring him up as a ward of the scholars.
Yeah. This child is quite obviously special because they were sent to us from the heavens.
Exactly.
We need to take care of this one.
Yep, exactly. So the psychic kid gets left on the psychic planet.
Yeah.
Do you have thoughts about that, Ethan?
You can't do that, all right? Look, he is literally a demon prince of Tzeentch.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's a demon Primarch of Tzeentch. I don't think he's a demon prince, but
demon prince.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, he's literally a demon prince of Tzeentch. Okay,
yeah.
Like.
If anything, this is definitely absolutely.
Dude, he lives in he lands in the town square.
Yeah.
Like
in the middle of the square.
In the middle of the square.
Yeah.
There's no way it's not like. It's like this. It's a psyker planet, and he's a psyker, and he lands on it.
Yeah. Wow.
There's no way.
The square goes in the square hole.
That's crazy.
Come on.
Yeah. The Primarch goes in the square hole.
Yeah. The square hole that's shaped like a brick.
Yes.
Because they're all big men. Anyways.
Yes.
Yeah, so he becomes a ward under these psyker scholars. And his direct mentor is a guy named Amon.
Yes.
And he's the best of the best.
Yeah. So he's like just psyker boss mega guy kind of thing.
Exactly. Level 1000, he casts fireball on everybody.
Yeah.
The planet, or the people, I guess, it was a hub of knowledge. They had huge libraries, huge archives, so much information. And under Amon's guidance, Magnus got so smart so quick.
Yeah.
As he got smarter and older in the 5-10 years that it takes for that to happen.
Except for a Primarch to become fully grown. Yeah.
Exactly. He goes from being mentored by Amon to teaching
Amon.
Yes. Yeah, so he becomes the most powerful psyker on the planet, coming into his own powers. And his first foray out into the dangerous world, as each Primarch does at some point, he decides that he's going to cleanse the planet of these dangerous beasts.
Yes.
That terrorize the people in the smaller settlements.
Mm-hmm.
Now these are called Psychnuin. Yep, I said that right the first time. And these are beasts that have some psychic abilities. They can drain all your essence of life out of you with their psychic powers, essentially.
Dude, that would be terrifying.
Yeah.
Not only are you going up against a huge tiger or a lion or something like that, but they're also glaring into your soul while they're doing it.
I think I might have tried to look up what these things looked like. I don't know if I got very far, but I'm just kind of imagining them as the Demogorgon cat things.
Oh yeah.
Halfway between a Demogorgon and then whatever that cat thing from D&D is with the whole bunch of tails.
Oh, I can't think of what it is. But yeah, no, it flits around and everything.
Yeah. Dangerous, terrible beasts, and Magnus is I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill all of them. Which he does.
Yeah, good for him. Can do something right at least. Yeah.
So he wipes out this species.
Yes.
And everyone's like, wow, you did it. Will you lead us now? Will you be our dad?
Yeah.
He's like, all right.
Classic Primarch behavior.
Yeah. Yeah. So he becomes the leader, yada yada. The factions of the people were called the cults of sorcerers.
Yeah. Very
prone to squabbling amongst themselves.
As most smart people do.
As most. But yeah, he was able to unite them and then makes this kind of not very amazing place into an amazing paradise place.
Yeah.
All very Egyptian themed. And he decided he wanted to make a great library.
Yeah.
Which was a pyramid. He had it. I think they'd taken down one building to put this building up.
Yeah.
But he wanted to consolidate all of the knowledge that they had and all of the psychic research that they had been doing on the planet
and everything like that. Yeah.
Exactly. Does all of this stuff. He works on the planet. There's not a whole lot of the big war going on yet. It's just kind of let's kill these beasts and then work on being smart and cool.
Yeah.
So now they're cool. And Magnus is like, all right, well, I have no more to learn here.
Yeah.
I want to go learn more things.
Mm-hmm.
And he becomes fixated on what the Prosperans call the Great Ocean, which is basically just the warp.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think I know about this. If you mind me interrupting and stuff like that. No. Okay, so this is when Magnus becomes Magnus.
Yeah.
When he starts doing all of his stuff. Because you can tell me if I'm wrong or something like that, but this is where he loses his eye.
Not yet.
But one of these 4 ways, one of him going into these things is when he loses his eye, right?
He does lose his eye to the Great Ocean.
Yeah.
Because he's also quite fixated on chaos.
Yeah. Because he doesn't know they're bad, right?
I think he's just fascinated with them. Like, there is no good or bad. He is just fascinated. He just wants to know. But also, he's innately psychic. He's got these crazy powers.
Yeah.
These are beings of that power, so obviously he must be akin to them.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether they're good or bad, they're the same as him to a degree. And at this point, he's starting to get that hunger for power.
Yeah.
And Ammon is like, dude, be careful.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we're psychers, and yes, we do all of this stuff, but we don't do that much. Like, we don't get anywhere near this, not even with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Be careful, buddy.
Well, isn't his, like, lust for power and stuff like that, isn't that just so he can just prove himself, if I remember? Is that correct?
I mean, that's
that's
more, a fairly common trend with all of the Primarchs.
Yeah. Or is that more like when the Emperor comes around? Like, the Emperor comes around and he's like, I need to prove that I am worthy, kind of thing.
Yeah, that kind of comes more when he's got his Legion and things go wrong.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a second here. But yeah, so Ammon is like, dude, be careful. And Magnus is like, nah, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to touch it. I'm going to touch the butt.
Yeah, he touched his butt.
But yeah, so by this point, there's no, like, real, other than him becoming the leader of the planet, there's no real special thing that draws the Emperor to him.
Yeah.
Because
they've been chatting for a while.
They've been chatting through the warp. They've been chatting through the powers of their minds.
Now,
does
Magnus know that he is the Emperor, or is it just like there's a guy I think that might be my dad that keeps talking to me, so I talk to him, kind of thing?
That I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Because the Emperor shows up and they embrace like old friends.
Oh,
so I'm going to assume that he does kind of know who this is.
Or it's like a thing of like he knows who the Emperor is and stuff like that, but he doesn't have an idea of what he looks like, kind of thing. And then he turns up and it's like, this is the man I've been talking to forever.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense.
They know, but it's just that's just how it is. Kind of. So there's no like, oh, you're shorter than I imagined. There's not really any of that.
You're kind of short for an Emperor.
Exactly. Now, mind you, Magnus is
15 feet tall.
15 feet tall.
Yeah, he's the tallest Primarch.
Bright red.
Yeah.
Bright red is he. For what reason? I don't know.
Zinj.
Might have something to do with him being a Prince of Hell.
Zinj.
I don't know, but we'll get there later. Well, no, because he is just red. That's just all there is to it.
Zinj.
What is that noise going on in the background?
Zinj.
Is it the mouse on the wall?
Zinj.
Sorry, excuse me.
Zinj mouse.
That absolutely would be like them little Coraline mouses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mouses? Mice. Sorry, guys, my hick is showing.
Zinj mouse.
But yeah, so...
I'm just imagining just like Lehman Russ just like looking around, like, fucking Zinj mice. This is a bunch of mice running around with books above their heads. It's like, Zinj mouse, Zinj mouse,
Zinj mouse. Okay, honestly, that would be kind of cute.
It would be adorable.
I mean, okay, no,
but they look like rubric marines. So they got like the big like Egyptian like headdresses on and everything.
But then like if we're talking game wise, Games Workshop, please. Now that I'm thinking about it, this would be amazing. You know, not the Tyranids, the Necrons. Necrons, there's a unit and they're just little
the
bugs.
Scarabs?
The Scarabs.
Yeah.
We want mice.
I
want mice.
Have you seen the Nurgling hordes?
I think so, but it's
where it's just a bunch of little goblins just in a pile, and you get because they come from I think you can get them in Warhammer 40k, but you get them in Age of Sigmar.
Oh, okay.
And it's literally just a pile of you get 3 minis and it's just a pile of Nurglings. I'm imagining that, but with Zinj mice.
I love that.
Zinj mice. Zinj mice. Zinj mice. Zinj mice. Dude, I want Zinj. We make Zinj mice merch.
You're so welcome for that idea.
Zinj mice. Just a bunch of mice. I can't get it out of my head, dude. just a bunch of mice running around going, Zinj. Zinj.
A bunch of little mice just worshipping chaos.
Yeah.
That would be adorable. But, okay, so the Emperor shows up, and there's not really much fanfare. It's just like, oh, Dad, and they hug. That's all we got.
Oh, that's crazy.
And then they set off on the father-son summer vacation of the millennium. So they're like, oh, yeah, we can be nerds now.
The Emperor loving one of his children, that's unheard of.
Yeah. So they go on this big vacation. It's not really a vacation, but they go out and they're studying. They're learning.
Yeah.
Mostly about the Imperium, but also just the universe.
This is at the point Sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah, no, you're good.
This is at the point that the Emperor does not hate psykers.
Yes.
Because he does not realize at this point that psykers are connected to the Chaos Gods.
Yes.
Or can be influenced by the Chaos Gods.
Yes.
He knows that they're connected to the warp, but he doesn't know that they can be influenced by the Chaos Gods.
Yeah.
So he's all for, like, you know,
all this magic power.
Let's go and learn about magic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anything to, you know, push his power forward and stuff
exactly.
like that.
Because, he, in his psychic ability, wants to learn more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they're learning all this stuff, and the Emperor does start to see here that Magnus has this unquenchable thirst for knowledge that's gonna get him in trouble at some point.
Yeah.
And he's like, son, be careful. And Magnus is like, nah, Dad, I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Yeah. And the mice in the walls are like, zing, zing, zing.
Exactly.
Whispering to him in his sleep.
And he leaves little Zinch cheese out for
little
them.
Zinch cheese, yeah.
Yep.
It's just blue cheese.
It's just blue cheese. But it's like really blue.
Really blue, yeah.
Really blue.
It's the opposite of like regular blue cheese where like the white part's blue and then the blue parts are white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's blue cheese, it's a little bit moldy.
Yeah, it pisses corn off to no end.
Yes. Yeah. Well, okay, if there's blue cheese, does that also are there cheeses for the rest of the gods?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Dumb question. Moving forwards.
Idiot. Come on, man.
That's obvious.
Do you not know about your Chaos God cheeses? Jeez.
Cheese?
Don't try.
I'm gonna have a stroke.
Yeah. Just let it. Just it's okay, buddy.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so they spend a lot of time tootling around, learning stuff, and then eventually they head back to Terra, I believe.
Yeah. And all the while, Lehman Russ is fuming.
Yes. Yeah. Because, same with Horus. Yay, Dad! Oh, Dad, you're gone. Bringing back more brothers, more competition. Rude.
And Lehman Russ is like, this guy knows how to read? What a loser.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill him one day.
Reading is stupid. But yeah, so by this point in time, as they're getting back to Terra, there had been a pretty solid amount of Astartes troops, and this is the 15th Legion, and they all inherited the psyker abilities from the Gene Seed. However, this was really unstable.
The flesh change. Much like my thoughts on Tzeentch and the Primarchs ending up where they are.
Yeah.
I like, there's a thing about the flesh change that I love, and it's kind of like the first proof of what happens when the warp gets forced onto somebody.
Yeah.
Like, with the Plague Marines and stuff like that, they get chaos forced upon them, and then they mutate into the death guard and everything like that. Same with Khornite demons and stuff like that. It's like they become Khornite demons and stuff. Same with Slanesh and stuff like that. You become a Slaneshi demon if you accept Slanesh into your heart.
Yeah.
And sort of stuff. So
and
this is like
soul and other orifices.
And other orifices, yeah. But this is like the first example that like the Imperium's getting of what happens when you force strong psychic like warp energy onto people.
Yeah.
Because that energy is quite literally running through Magnus's veins.
Yes. And it's not pretty either. We're talking organ rejection, like they're just like it's really, really horrible.
Well, it's what full blown chaos corruption looks like.
Exactly.
Is what they come into.
And alongside the physical mutation of their organs not wanting to be in their bodies, this is also going to cause mental instability. So people are going crazy left, right, and center, and either dying or having to be put to death because that's all that you can do at this point. And so, do you want to guess how many of Magnus's sons are stable?
1,000?
You would be right.
No way.
Wow. So that's where the name comes from.
Yeah.
1,000 sons, because there were only 1,000 of them.
Wow. It's all right. This is probably going to end up being a short one anyway. And there's not a lot of information on Magnus pre-heresy to begin with.
Yeah.
So it's probably just going to end up being like a short episode. So it's no big deal.
It's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they make it back to Terra. There's only about 1,000 stable troops left. They're given the name the 1,000 Sons, and obviously they're too weak to join the Great Crusade.
Yeah. Much like Fulgrim and with the Emperor's Children is like
Exactly.
There were too little of them to actively join the Great Crusade because of worry of just loss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there were some people within the Imperium that were like, okay, these guys are just like, this isn't worth...
Yeah.
This whole unit is not worth whatever.
Yeah.
Let's disband and euthanize everybody.
Fun.
And Magnus is like, nah, but these are my kids.
Yeah.
So he goes to the Emperor and he's like, please, oh, please, Dad, can I go and see if I can find a cure?
Yeah. Oh, please, Daddykins. Oh, please, Daddykins.
Please, Daddy. And the Emperor's like, sure. So then...
First time the Emperor's ever been like, yeah, why not?
Why not?
Like,
Well,
not wary of the psychic abilities that like Magnus has and all that stuff. He's like, yeah, go for it.
Like, he's getting a little apprehensive at this point, I think, because like he's seen how like driven Magnus is.
Well, it's like the Council of Nikaea is 100% Magnus's fault.
Yeah.
And like the Horus Heresy is in part Magnus's fault and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Magnus does not have a good track record for making good decisions.
Exactly. But like as the Crown Prince of Tzeentch, he kind of was he didn't have a good foundation underneath him.
No.
But I digress. So the Emperor's like, sure, go find a cure for your sons. And it takes him a couple of decades, but Magnus eventually figures it out.
Yeah.
So what he does is he takes a couple of his guys and he ventures off out into space and is trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah.
And he ends up popping through the warp.
Yeah.
And he finds this being. I think he was under the impression that it was just some like low-level demons of some sort.
Yeah. And
he was like, please, with all of your knowledge, will you help me find a cure for my sons?
Yeah.
And
well, this is the other thing as well is I'm not sure if it's happening around this time or if it happens after this, after he loses his eye and everything like that. But the Thousand Sons and Prospero itself are no strangers to Cornite demons. Not Cornite demons, warp demons.
Okay.
Because they I can't remember who it is, but it's like somebody from Russ's Legion.
Yeah.
Comes and he's like, take me around and show me what you do, kind of thing.
Right.
And like as they're going around, like they're seeing like demons serving, like the people of the planet.
Right.
Like they have them like as like not kind of slaves, but they have them as servants, kind of things, like holding books, retrieving things for them, sort of stuff. They have low-level demons working for them.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's after this or if it's before this, but like him and his world are no strangers to demons at all.
Okay, interesting, because I didn't come up with that, or I didn't find that in any of my research, but that's
it's like
cool, but also like, there's some some influence happening there.
I think that gets mentioned around the Council of Nikaea. I can't remember where the Council of Nikaea takes place. I think it's a little bit before the Horus Heresy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll talk about the Council of Nikaea at the end of this.
Yeah, and I'll see if I can find more information on that, because that's cool. But yeah, so Magnus barters with, as far as he knows, these kind of lower level beings, and trades his right eye for a cure. Now his eye just completely disappears. Yeah. Like, it's not like it's missing from its socket, like the socket closes up and he's just that side of his face is just smooth. Yeah. And
like the eye was never there.
The eye was never there.
Yeah.
And that was altered in people's minds also, is apparently some of the other Primarchs don't ever remember him having two eyes. Yeah. Yeah, so then he is able to stop the flesh change. Yeah. However, he bartered with with Tzeentch. He bartered with Tzeentch. And Tzeentch was not upfront about the fact that it was him.
Business,
And only gave a temporary cure.
Of course.
Because
it's almost like he was planning to corrupt Magnus and his sons.
Crazy,
That's crazy, yeah,
Tzeentch. Crazy? I was crazy once.
They put me in a Tzeentch.
A
rubber Tzeentch.
A rubber Tzeentch or Tzeentch mice.
Tzeentch mice.
How many tongue twisters can a tongue twister twist? So his eyeball's gone.
Yes.
And the gene seed is now, quote unquote, stable.
Stable. Some form of stable.
So then he spends the next little while bolstering the troops, raising more sons. He gets off to a late start, 100 years into the Great Crusade. Yeah. Then he finally heads out. And he still had a fairly smaller size. I wasn't able to find an exact number.
Yeah.
But he's got a smaller.
It always kind of sits around that like 1,000.
Yeah.
Like 1,000 area.
Yeah.
I think towards like the raising of Prospero around that part, he has a good number more. Like his legion is becoming bigger and bigger and stuff like that.
Yes.
But like,
I think there was a number by that point.
Yeah.
But these guys are all super psychically gifted so that kind of makes up for their small numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So by this point, they're going out, they're conquesting, they're claiming planets.
Yeah.
And while most of the Primarchs under the direction of the Emperor, they're just conquering everything.
Just conquering, yeah.
Magnus specifically is going after planets that he finds interesting.
Okay.
He's going after...
Like they have potential for magic kind of thing?
Yeah, or things that just intrigue him.
Yeah.
Things that are a little bit weird, and he just wants to know about it so he can write it down. He'd be real interested in our dogs.
Yeah, oh my god.
But yeah, so as they're going out and conquering and learning more, they're getting stronger with their psychic abilities. By this point, the Emperor is wary.
Yeah.
And so is Leman Russ.
Of course.
He doesn't like this.
Yeah.
Not one
God,
bit.
of course Russ would be like, he's the Dokes to like, if Magnus is Dexter, then Leman Russ is Dokes. You have no idea. You've never watched Dexter, have you?
I have not. I cannot.
Oh, dude. So,
I'm fascinated by Warhammer. I can't handle Dexter.
Yeah,
I can't.
Quick rundown of it. Dokes is constantly suspicious of Dexter. He knows something's up kind of thing.
Right.
Leman Russ is the exact same. He's just like, something's not right with this guy.
Something's not right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so guess what?
What?
Flesh Change, the sequel.
Oh, it comes back?
It comes back.
No.
Crazy. It's not like...
Who could have seen that, Zinch?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zinch didn't see it coming. He had it coming.
He had it coming, yeah.
He had it coming.
No, it's just, no musicals. Careful, we'll get hit with a copyright strike.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, so they're going out, learning, they're getting stronger. Emperor's starting to get wary, and Leman Russ was getting wary as well. And, the Flesh Change comes back.
Yes.
So the people who are directly affected by this time around, they're put into stasis.
Yeah.
So that hopefully...
at some point in the future they
can find another cure.
Yeah.
And... yeah, so Magnus is still going out, he's still doing his stuff.
Yeah.
He would go out of his way to get to places that interested him, which is the key difference, because the other guys were just on a straight warpath.
Yeah, they would go system by system and, conquer the system and then move on.
Exactly, where Magnus is just kind of hopping around being like, ooh, shiny, ooh, shiny,
yeah.
Ooh, squirrel. What's a squirrel? I want to know what a squirrel is. Can they do magic? That's what Magnus is doing.
Zinch mice.
Ooh. But yeah, so he starts to compile all of his knowledge into the Book of Magnus.
Yes.
This book he bound with the hide of one of those creatures from his home planet that he had slain.
Okay.
I'm not going to try and say it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, the hide, he used that to bind it so it was protected from
psychic
ability trying to see into the book.
Yeah.
And it was locked with a lock made out of lead. And then he had that attached to him at all times with a golden chain. Dude.
He sounds like an evil villain.
Like all of his knowledge. I mean,
everybody that's like, oh, Zinch, he's just misunderstood. No, he never did anything wrong. Listen to what he's doing.
Yeah.
He made the Necronomicon.
Yeah. He's made... Yeah, it's the Magnanomicon.
Yeah. He made the Magnanomicon. Like, literally, he has made the Book of the Damned.
Yeah. And, there's a couple points where he and his guys were fighting some demons or something.
Yeah.
And they couldn't really find a way to kill this thing.
Yeah.
So he put it in the book. He trapped this being...
Dude!
...in the book. Because that's not going to have any consequences whatsoever.
Dude, that would be as bad as, I don't know, putting it in a sword or, I don't know, a picture or, a painting or something like that would, doesn't happen in the future, that has no dire consequences to the Primarchs to do it.
Exactly.
Dude, what are they doing?
Exactly. But yeah, so
it's like he's an evil genius.
Yeah.
that has no idea that he's an evil genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's too busy trying to learn stuff that he doesn't realize.
He's like Oppenheimer.
I haven't seen that either. Well, I
Okay,
know that's
first of all,
that's
he's
a real person.
but-
That is a real person, yes.
Dude, he's literally like Oppenheimer. He's too focused on figuring out like how to perfect what he's made
Yeah.
that he doesn't realize what he's doing in the process to destroy it. Like, oh my lord.
Exactly. Because
See, this is why you led the episode. I have no idea about Magnus at all.
Yeah.
Because I've learned about all the other Primarchs and everything like that.
Yeah.
Magnus is at the bottom of the list because I have no want to learn about him.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like,
see, like, I do kind of find this fascinating. Like, I've always, like, magic and fantasy,
yeah.
like, that's always been
Heretic.
something interesting. Yeah. I mean, Thousand Suns is also on the list of Imperium units that I'd
Well,
play.
I'm not a part of the Imperium, so...
Well, not anymore.
Not
no.
anymore. They're chaos.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was...
Unless you play them in Horus Heresy, then they are Imperium. They're armies under Horus.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was always super fascinated in Egyptian mythology, so
Yeah.
these guys are cool. But hopping back super quickly to him losing his eye,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool that it's also kind of... That links up to Norse mythology.
Yeah, with the Tree of Knowledge and
Tree of Knowledge.
Odin and everything.
Odin trading his eye to see everything and
all the knowledge.
understand.
Yeah.
Have all knowledge and understand what Ragnarok's going to be.
I mean,
do.
like, that kind of plays into, like, everything that happens with Magnus anyway.
Yeah.
Because, like, Odin has to hang himself.
Yeah.
And, like, be tortured for, like, a week.
Yeah.
And then Magnus, like, literally dies.
Yeah.
And then once he dies, he learns, quote-unquote, the truth from Tzeentch, and he sees everything that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like most of the really cool stuff about Magnus is going to come up in the Heresy.
Yeah. There's actually a really cool moment involving Magnus at the end of Fulgrim's book.
Right.
Because, like, Fulgrim visits Horus. Well, demon-possessed Fulgrim visits Horus and everything like that. And then, like, they have their conversation and they finish talking. And then Horus's equerry comes in and he's like, Horus, my sir, I have a transmission from one of your brother Primarchs. And Horus is like, who is it? And it's like Magnus the Red, sir. And then that's the end of it. But
okay.
the reason that this is interesting is because the burning of Prospero had happened like a couple of months before this.
Right.
Yeah. So he's back.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed, because the burning of Prospero, that's well into the Heresy that happens, right?
Yes, the burning of Prospero happens
okay.
towards the center of the Heresy.
I was like, oh no, I missed all of the notes on that. But no, that's because it's not happening yet. Yeah, so he also, he does, in learning about the Great Ocean, the Warp, and etc.
Yeah.
He finds out about the Elder Webway.
Oh.
And he's like,
That's not good.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is cool. A way to get through this. I want to do that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, like, there's not enough solid knowledge for him to
get in there,
really know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's picked up bits and pieces. Like, he's picked up sentences of knowledge from scraps from across systems.
Yeah.
So there's not really, and, like, this is his thing
Kind of
that
like
he wants.
kind of like when Vulcan found the Webway portal that one time, and the only reason he knew what it was is because he just saw one before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Magnus is like, I want to get in there. I don't really know how. So he just brute forces his way in there.
That's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Not good.
That's like have you seen Jaws? Like one of the sequels to Jaws?
No.
Where like they have an underwater tube so everyone can see like all the sea life and stuff like that.
Right.
And it just breaks and sharks end up getting into that underwater tube and killing people. That's what Magnus has done. Like
yeah, he's just broken into the, like, you know, there was a door maybe 20 feet down that he didn't know was there, so he just walked through the wall.
Yeah.
He Gilliman'd his way through the wall.
Yeah. Dude, if I had a nickel for every time that Magnus messes up something to do with the Webway,
we'd have 2 nickels.
I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
Yeah. He's now messing around with the Webway, which doesn't really come up again until we're into the Heresy.
Yeah.
But now, like, he's specifically going out of his way to go to planets where there's psychic, there's immaterium,
And
there's...
I'm assuming that that's messing with other crusades of the Primarchs.
Well, everyone's getting suspicious.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that they're...
Yeah, but what I mean is like he's going out of his way and stuff like that. So eventually there has to be like some kind of crossover, right? Of like, oh, like, you know, let's say like the Lions bringing a planet into compliance, and then out of nowhere Magnus shows up and is like, I need to get knowledge from this. Like, it's kind of interrupting and like messing with all of the stuff that they're doing and stuff like that.
And he also, there's times where it's like, okay, this, like, because it was the salamanders who sometimes they'd see people and they'd be like, we're not going to kill them because they're human. Yeah. They deserve to live, or they're whatever creatures. Yeah. Magnus wants to keep them alive to study them. Yeah. So he's having, he's keeping people alive that shouldn't be alive in the eyes of the Imperium, because he wants to study them.
So basically he's like keeping chaos worshippers alive.
Exactly. Yeah. He's keeping chaos worshippers, and he's keeping planets that have chaos mutated creatures. He's keeping them going.
Dude, thank God that the Lion did his purge of Caliban. Oh my God.
Yeah, that would have been a nightmare.
Yeah.
But so at some point now, the Emperor is like, and he's figuring out the connection. Yeah, he's figuring out that the connection to the warp is a connection to the Chaos Gods.
No matter what.
No matter what. It is 100. Well,
not exactly, but like no matter what, like there is the chance of corruption of chaos if you're attached to the warp.
Yeah, if you're attached to the warp, you could be affected. By the gods. Yeah. And the Emperor doesn't want that, because that's a threat.
Yes.
So, and also Leman Russ is also very much not in approval of the psykers.
Yes.
Because he finds that because they can do, like, they can conquest a city, a whole planet even, without actually doing anything.
Yeah.
All with the power of their minds.
Yeah.
Russ finds this incredibly dishonorable.
Yes.
And not...
Well, he would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because his thing is you die.
You fight with honor, yeah.
You fight with honor.
And then you die.
Yeah. Well, they're not fighting with honor. They're just killing people.
They're just killing people, yeah. I mean, Angron and Conrad would be like, let's go!
Exactly.
Yeah.
They just want people dead.
Yeah.
But Magnus is messing with things.
Yeah.
And he does face consequences.
Yes. In the form of the Council of Nikaea.
Exactly.
The Council of Ikea.
But eventually, there's a meeting of some sort, and the Emperor is like, okay, no more psykers.
Well, yeah. Well, this is where I come in. Yeah, because this is the Council of Nikaea that I've been talking about.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing about the Council of Nikaea. Everyone thinks that the Council of Nikaea was basically just the Emperor letting everybody know that he's getting rid of psykers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Magnus was given a chance.
Okay.
The Emperor was like, prove to me that you're not falling to chaos. But he didn't say that you're falling to chaos. He was like, prove to me that these spells and all this magic that you're doing will not be a detriment to the galaxy.
Yeah.
And Magnus, ever being the egotistical prick that he is, just went on to be like, look at all of the amazing stuff that my power can do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And remember that thing I was telling you before about how the the Space Wolves sent an advisor there to go and have a look at how everything's going and stuff like that. He ratted them out, and he told them about everything that they were doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the Emperor, and that was proof enough to the Emperor that psykers cannot be trusted.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. Because this means that his power is at question as well. So he's learning things that he doesn't messed around, and now he's finding out. He doesn't want to find out.
Yeah.
Because this changes
everything
out of his sway.
Yeah.
Because now maybe he's realizing that Tzeentch is pulling the strings.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that. He wants to be pulling the strings.
Yeah.
And Magnus is not helping, because Magnus has had these couple of interactions with Tzeentch.
Yeah.
And initially when he lost his eye, he gave his eye in return for the quote-unquote temporary stabilization of his troops.
Yeah.
But he also, doing that, initiated a soul contract between him and Tzeentch.
Which, like, if he, like, the moment that the flesh change came back, that should have been the first indication.
Yeah. Like, all of your men, and you, are Tzeentch's property.
Yes.
You're, like, they were from the beginning.
Tzeentch, yeah.
But now it's just affirmed, doubled down.
Yeah.
They are property of Tzeentch.
Yes.
They are his playthings to do
with whatever he wants to do.
Whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
which is a threat to most people. So they ban psykers.
Yes.
And there's certain allowances for that. Navigators for getting through the warp and whatnot. Those are allowed, but heavily like under lock and key, under constant supervision.
Well, this is where chaplains came into play too,
right?
Because because basically there was an argument of like how are we supposed to get our like spiritual release and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And then that's where Log.8 comes into place.
Yes.
Because fun fact for you, the Council of Nikaea is technically one of the first events in the Horus Heresy.
Right.
Yes.
Kind of the whole starting point, because this like Magnus being told that everything that makes him special is now illegal in warfare.
Yeah.
That he can't do anything now.
But it's also where Log.8 is like, okay, who wants a chaplain?
Yeah.
And Horus is like, oh, I need a chaplain. And Erebus is like, I would gladly be the chaplain for the War Master.
Yeah.
And that's when everything goes to hell.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everybody that says that, the Horus Heresy wasn't in part Magnus's fault is just simply incorrect.
Yeah.
Because look at what he's done.
Yeah. He brought the chaos in. He let the sharks up the tube.
Yeah.
And maybe he was just super curious and he didn't mean to.
Yeah.
It's still his fault.
It's still his fault.
Yeah. So he's the Zinch mouse on the chessboard.
Yes, he's a Zinch mouse on the chessboard.
You're not supposed to have mice on chessboards.
No.
But he is on there and he is tearing everything up.
Exactly. And but that's the thing. We have to leave it there.
Yes.
Because everything else that happens with Magnus after this is directly connected to the Horus Heresy, and we don't want to talk about that yet.
Exactly, yeah. So I guess that before we get too ahead of ourselves, that's where we'll end it off for today.
Episode. Very short one this time around. I'm not sure how short this is going to end up being once Gage has edited it, but it's a short one, but that's because, like I said, there's not a lot of stuff about Magnus pre-heresy and all that stuff.
We'll get into all of the good fun tidbits when we get into the actual corruption and
the heresy starts and everything.
But thank you for tuning in today. We will be picking up next time with Sanguinius.
Sanguinius, I am so excited.
Yes. You get to have your field day with that.
I get to have so much fun with my dad.
Yes, absolutely. But thank you so much for listening. I'll let you do our plugs.
Yeah, so follow us on Spotify and YouTube.
Yep. If you're on one, go to the other. If you're on the other, come to the one.
Yep. Like, subscribe, whatever. Do all that stuff. Pretty please. It really helps us out.
Yep.
And thank you for listening. And
any comments, questions, concerns, feel free to leave them in the comments, however that is convenient for you.
Any Magnus sympathizers, leave your comments in the comment section. We'll tell you how wrong you are.
Yep.
But anyway,
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.
Bye.